What's up guys, and welcome back to another Kaycee's mod video. Today we'll be completing the third challenge and we'll be using the card we unlocked last time, the starter deck, and the new challenge we unlocked. I still haven't used the cuckoo or the bull, I think. I still haven't used those two cards, but I think I will like later in the series, but yeah. So for challenge level 3, you need 30 points, so I decided to do no hook, pricey pelts, and tip scales. So beginning the run, this is the deck we start with. We have a black goat, a moose buck, and a mole. And then we of course have our 2 pelts we can spend. I decided to spend them on the pronghorn because of that sigil it has, and the other one on the warren. As you can see, I only have 2 items because of the no hook, so I decided to go for the items. I got a fan, and I'm in the first fight. I forgot to show this in this fight, but the tip scale modifier just makes it so 1 tick of damage is put on your side at the beginning of a battle. I'll show it in the next fight, but yeah, every battle you start with, it's 1 tick down on your side. So the strat for this deck is just to get your black goat card down and then sacrifice it with the moose buck, so you can get that one down. I get another black goat there, which the more black goats the better, so you have more chance of pulling it out. And then I give my mole 1 attack, so it's a little bit stronger. And then this is where I show right there, it puts the 1 tick of damage. And so basically I just hold out until I can get down my moose buck. That's almost for every fight. I basically just try my best to hold out and survive until I can get my moose buck down, and then I win. Once I get it down, here I'm just getting some extra damage in. Only 2, which you'll find out later that all the extra damage I get doesn't actually have any effect. I got a magpie right there, and then I give my mole another damage. And then we go into the next fight. I use the magpie to get the moose buck, and then I place it down, and yeah. So yeah, these fights are a lot longer compared to the last run's fights because my deck wasn't as strong as it was last run. And it takes a lot longer to get. I got turkey vulture there, and it takes a lot longer to get a good card, which is like that 1 moose buck. And then the totem I got there was a wolf head, but it didn't really matter because I never ended up using a totem. And then moose buck got the pronghorn on it, so now it's a lot better. And then first boss was the trapper, and yeah, it's just place that mole down, and it's nice that it does damage because it will move around the board and just end up killing all the dudes for me. Get my moose buck from the magpie, kill off the magpie, then I just keep holding off until I can get more cards. And I want to kill that turkey vulture to get another pelt. So now I have 2 pelts, and then he gives you 1, so I'll have 3 pelts. And I can easily win the fight. And then I put that opossum there just to get a little more damage in, but for a first rare card, I get the Ouroboros, because mostly just for the sigil. I want to see if I can put that sigil on one of my cards. And then here, I try to win all these the best I can. I do end up winning this one. And I get some pretty good cards from here. The Bullfrog wasn't too good, but there's a card that's coming up and it was really good. I copied the Bullfrog, mostly because it has that sigil, I think it's rabbit hole, I think. Whenever you place it down, it gives you a rabbit card, which are really nice because they're free. And then here I can get my magpie down, and then I can get my moose buck. Mole ends up dying, but I just grabbed that squirrel and I placed down the moose buck and end up winning. Just barely. And then this is the next little test thing. I win this one as well. And let's see if this is when I get the good card. No, it's not. I get the Bloodhound. It's alright. It has that unkillable sigil, which is nice. It wasn't crazy good though. That's kind of what this whole run was, like a bunch of not really insane cards. I had a ton of cards and they were all decent, but I had to get like a certain amount, or I had to get some certain cards in order for it to be good. And that moose buck was like the only reason I was able to win a lot of these fights. So if it wasn't for that, I probably would have lost a lot more. Here, this is where I get the best card, the cat. And the reason this cat is so good is because it has the sigil of what the sigil of the black goats have. So, and because I can sacrifice it 9 times, that means like I can like place down my like you just saw right there, my magpie. I only need to sacrifice on that cat, and then I can reuse the cat for the moose buck. It's super nice. And then I grabbed another magpie and I put this magpie on the warren. And then here I kill off my mole. It wasn't really on purpose, like it was fine if he died, but it would have been nice if he lived. Here's the prospector boss. Yeah, it was a little unfortunate that I had the moose buck like right off the bat. Oh, and this warren card is really good because it gives you a rabbit, and the rabbit has the same sigils as the warren card, so you can, it's like 2 magpies in 1 card. Anyway, so I placed down the Bloodhound instead of my really good moose buck, because if I placed it, it would die in the next turn. I do not want that card to die because it's like my main way of dealing damage. So I use this Bloodhound instead. Pretty nice, and because it transforms, it's even better. But then here I just place all of my cards and have them all get killed. I feel like maybe I didn't have to do it like that, but and I placed the black goat and I placed the moose buck, and then I went. Get 1 little point of overkill, and that was that fight. And the next rare card I get is the card we unlocked last time. You can tell because it has that little question mark I circled over. And basically what this card does, I got the corpse maggot and a pack rat here. What that card does is it will copy one of your cards in your deck, and you won't know it until you place it. And I show it off later in this run. Well, I kind of showed it off twice, but it only worked the first time, and I'm not sure how this card is supposed to work, but it will copy a card in your deck, and then when you place it, it like transforms, so you don't know when you're gonna place it or not. And here's the insane price on these pellets, like 20, really? So I kind of freaked out there, but it's fine. And then I copied the warren, which is really nice to have because that sigil on it, the magpie sigil. And then here, the cat is so clutch. It, like, without the cat, I honestly don't know if I would have won. Also, I lost here. Yeah, with that tip scales, it's really annoying because situations like that, you'll just die in. I got a skink there, but I don't remember it being any useful. Put that on the Ouroboros. The Ouroboros is a little less useful. Yes, less useless. It's a little bit more useful. And then right here, I just grab all the cards from my deck that I want because I have those magpie things. I got a item from the pack rat, and then I just win. And man, that cat was so nice to get. I got a bullfrog there. I kill off that turkey vulture because I don't like how much it costs. 8 bones is a little too much for me. I'm gonna put the black goat on the skink, and I don't remember ever using that skink card once in the rest of the run. This, I think, is, yeah, this is where I show off that card. Like, I was not, I think we're right there. Yeah, I was like, what the heck? And so I think it copied my bullfrog. I didn't even realize it. And so when I placed it, that's what came out of it. And what that sigil on it does, it just makes it so if an enemy would attack it, it doesn't attack it. I didn't really show it. I didn't show it in this video, like what it looks like when an enemy won't attack it, but it's pretty self-explanatory. It just doesn't attack. I had a lot of cards in my deck, so you didn't really see that card that often. It was like, that was the only time other than this one other time, but it didn't even work. There, I just won. For this rare card, I got the Mole Man. I don't remember ever using the Mole Man. And, oh, we're already here. Okay. I put the Corpse Maggot on the Pack Rat. This is my final deck. And you can see that the skink is red. That's because that's what that card looks like when it copies a card. And if I pulled down my inventory and then looked back on it, it would have changed to another card. But right there when I looked at it, it was just the skink one. And then here, just playing through like normal, trying to get all my cards. And those Magpie Warren, that was super useful because I could get a lot of good cards. And then this is where you can see I have 2 Moose Buck, and I was super confused because I only had 1. But when I placed both of them down, they both acted normal. So I'm not sure how that card is supposed to work. It might be just like a chance thing, like has a chance of turning into one when you place it or something. I don't know. But right there I just won. Takes a picture of the moon. And yeah, I just won. And this run was, it was a little bit, I don't know, I liked this run because it really made me think through a lot more. Because before I just had those OP wolf cards, I'd place them and just win. But here I had to think a lot longer, like through my choices on what I was gonna play. There it was. Those are my 3 challenges I had activated. And here's some lore. You read that if you want. And these are the 2 new cards. The Flying Ant. It's just like an ant, but I think it just flies. I think there's a starter deck that gives you ant builds, but Mud Turtle, and then the first time it takes a hit doesn't actually count. Alright, there's the ant build right there. And that's the new challenge. All regular battles are replaced with totem battles, which I'll use in the next run. But yeah, that was this run. Again, if you have any comments about anything you want to see, leave them below. Do all the YouTuber things, like, subscribe, whatever. And I'll try and get my next video out as soon as possible. But yeah. See you all on the next one.